What is up? It's your boy, back with another NFL 2025-2026 division prediction. And today, we're going to be reviewing the NFC North. We're kicking off in last place. They had a great offseason, but I still have them in last because they need to prove me otherwise. The Chicago Bears. Now, the Bears. Drastic improvements to the offensive line. The receiver core is still solid. You drafted, who did you draft? That's a great question. You drafted Holston Loveland at 10, which was certainly an interesting pick. You got Cole Kmet at tight end as well. The defense has its holes, but as a unit, you got Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat. It's a solid enough unit. I don't even think the Bears are a bad team. I think that the Bears just play in a diabolically amazing division. Possibly the best division in football going into the next season. I have them with a ceiling of 10-7 and a floor of 5-12. The 5-12 comes into play where the Bears, they've had consistent, amazing off seasons, and they've had nothing to show for it over the past couple of years. The 10-7 is, oh my God, they're finally gonna do something. Oh my God, the off season being good actually did something for their franchise. Yay! But no, in all seriousness, I think the Bears are going to finish higher up. I think, you know what, I'm even going to go as far as to say, I think every NFC North team this season is going to finish with a positive record. But yeah, I have the Bears finishing in last, unfortunately, just kind of due to their kind of insane division. Now, in third place, I have the Minnesota Vikings with a very wide ceiling to floor. I have them at a ceiling of 12-5 and a floor of 4-13. This basically comes down to, is JJ McCarthy the guy? Because frankly, I think they have a very solid roster, but the question is, do they have the quarterback to lead it? JJ McCarthy is going into his first season where he's actually going to get a chance to play, where, of course, last season the Vikings had Sam Darnold lead them to a 5 seed. So if we can get Sam Darnold-like numbers out of JJ McCarthy, the Vikings are going to be a threat this season once more. But there's also a chance that JJ McCarthy is an absolute bust and is not going to turn out well, which in my opinion I think will crumble the Vikings. Because the Vikings, they need that guy to be able to get the ball to Jettis, to get the ball to Aaron Jones, to get the ball to Jordan Addison. The Vikings need a solid quarterback, at least a solid quarterback. If JJ can be that, this team could maybe even arguably win the division. But if they don't get that, they're not making the playoffs. They might even have an absolute rocker of a season. Now, finishing in second place, I have the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, they lost Jair, which is tragic because that corner room is suffering. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round, finally, which fares. I feel like they probably should have went corner a little earlier in the draft, especially after losing Jair Alexander. Their secondary is looking very iffy right now, which is why I have them at a floor of 8-9. Otherwise, I think that their roster is very well balanced, very solid. I think their receiver room has a lot of underrated guys. I think that Jordan Love is just going to keep progressing. Of course, Josh Jacobs had an amazing year in Green Bay last season. The defense is solid, especially after Joe Barry left a couple years ago. The Packers have a very bright future ahead of them, being one of the more young teams in the NFL. But there is just that worry that the corner room specifically will fail them. So that's why I have them in second. And to finish this off, wow, we're going faster than usual today. You got the Detroit Lions. Okay, so the Lions, you lost both your coordinators to head coaching jobs. Aaron Glenn came to the Jets, Ben Johnson to the Bears. So the Jets and Bears basically raided the Lions. It was a tragedy. But of course you got guys like Amon-Ra and J-Mo in the receiver room. You've got that electrifying defense led by Brian Branch and Aiden Hutchinson, who's set to return. You got Goff at the helm, who Goff has been amazing. Goff, well, he's been a very good quarterback, a very reliable top 10 quarterback in the NFL. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, who came out as one of the top running backs at a very young age, paired with David Montgomery. You got Sam Laporta, who's coming off a little bit of a down year, but I mean, he's still a very solid tight end. Like, the offensive line is insane. Of course, you did lose Ragnow to retirement, but, I mean, bound to happen eventually, even though I feel like he's a little young, but it's okay. The Lions are a very, 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 very good team, and I have them in a ceiling of 15-2. I have them now at a floor of 8-9. I say this because there is that small concern of, will Hutchinson still be insane after his injury? Will Jared Goff continue the consistency that we've seen? Will the coordinators that they hire be able to live up to the standards that Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson put up? But I think even with that, the Lions are going to win this division. I'm not going to say easily because nothing's going to come easy in a division with the Packers and Vikings. But I think the Lions have a very, very, very solid chance of winning this division this year. And that's going to do it. So if you enjoyed... Oh, wait. Before I do the outro, good job, man. I'm going to recap this with the Bears finishing in last, the Vikings finishing in third, the Packers in second, and the Lions in first. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next edition, which will be the NFC West. Yeah, deuces.